What's going on? Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Gen X Army Vet. Here today with another series of videos come from TikTok. And this pretty much proves that what everyone else was saying is that Charlie Kirk is a racist. So without further ado, let's get into it.
Y'all made me obsessed with Charlie Kirk. This came out of the blue for me. I never cared for bro content like that. Nothing against what he said. I was just never interested in clicking his videos to see what he had to say. But y'all made me deep dive and go down this rabbit hole because there was no possible way that y'all seen the same video I saw and half the world rejoiced it. And I'm just sitting here like, there's no way. Immediately I'm sitting here like, bro, nobody deserved to go out like that in front of all them kids, in front of his family. And y'all rejoiced it. Y'all celebrated it. And y'all ain't even had nothing to do with it. So I said, bro, he must have said something. I'm missing something. I'm seeing creators that used to talk about God and is going to get on here and compromise their belief, religion, faith to celebrate death.
Y'all hear that? These people want to run around saying how godly they are, quote scriptures from the Bible, especially the pastors. I don't know if you've seen a video where there's a preacher, a black preacher, saying now Charlie Kirk didn't deserve what he got. However, he was racist. So he's never seen any of the videos either. But people are quick to say he's racist, this, that, and the other. But they only take clips. Anybody can make a clip seem something worse than what it actually is. Numerous times people have done that.
We're talking about something that's biblical that you should never do. And folks is coming on here doing it. So I said, I got to deep dive into what he said because is he on the status of Hitler? What am I missing?
Also, with that, he mentioned Hitler. A lot of people, I've been watching a lot of these panels, these podcasts where one of the people they bring up is Hitler. Oh, Hitler did this. Same as Charlie Kirk. I'm like, do you not understand how stupid of an example you just gave? Hitler was trying to eradicate, to commit genocide for an entire ethnic group, the Jewish community. That's what he was trying to do. So yeah, in that situation, people rejoiced at his death just because of what he was doing. Charlie Kirk, on the other hand, didn't sentence anyone to death, wasn't trying to advocate for anyone to die. He just wants you to come to the table, sit down, and discuss whatever topic he had, debate him in open forum. You know, he may say, this is bad, prove me wrong. Then it's up to you to come prove him wrong. If you get up there and start calling them names, I'm like, how are you going to substantiate that? Anybody could throw names around. I see it all the time in my videos, comments. Someone come over, you're part of the fatigue. Really? How am I part of the fatigue? It's substantiate your argument or your claim. And they won't. That's something that kids would do. I know you are, but when am I? They say a name, they call you a name, and like, where's the fact behind that? What do you have to back it up? They never do.
And somebody said, well, he would have did that for you. Well, I don't care. My morals would never allow me to celebrate death. Doesn't matter who it is. So the fact that you've been compromised, I have to get down to the bottom of it. And not just one person, too many.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all encouraged me to go down this rabbit hole to figure out what bro has said for this hate to be sparked up or maybe revealed.
A lot of people haven't seen anything about Charlie Kirk. They just recently, it's the big things going on TikTok right now on YouTube. So they see little clips that people post and they run with that. I see far too often people do that. I've been watching Charlie Kirk for a couple of years now. Him, Candace Owens, Tim Pool and a bunch of others. Tim Walsh, watching all their stuff. And the things that they say, and like some people, I'll see the clips that people post from other people, and they say one thing and it's been twisted, chopped off after what they're about to explain themselves to make it look like they're just this demonic person when they actually aren't. People just, anything for clicks and views these days.
And a lot of people. And I'm almost satisfied because now I started looking into stuff and I'm like, dang, so you felt like this. Your hate and evilness has been revealed within you. But what you said to what he said is cap. That's not even what he said. That's not even in the full context. So now I'm just starting to, oh, that was a lie. Oh, that was a lie. Wow. So So now I don't know. I'm deep in it now.
Let's see what these comments got to say. Anyone that hated Charlie Kirk had 100% never watched an entire video or listened to his podcast. I will die on that hill. Facts. I know a lot of people, like my sons even quoted certain things. They say the other videos. Now, actually, where'd you get that source from? Well, it's a TikTok video somebody sent me. A little 30-second TikTok video. Did you watch the entire thing? No. Did you watch other videos? Well, the same thing, like, little video snippets. So you never watched the whole entire context. So you know what he's talking about. Your question should be, what else have they lied about? It's revealing a character, not his. Exactly. Here's one in 1800. Charlie Kirk was a good man, not a racist or hateful, literally at all. I saw something good the other day that said Charlie Kirk was not unalive because he talked to the youth. He was unalive because the youth started to listen. Exactly. When you get too many people listening, that's going to sway an entire demographic, an entire nation, and look what happened after his death. He pretty much turned 2 billion people Republican overnight because of what happened. And then when more and more people started celebrating what happened to him, even more converted. You got people on the left losing their jobs, crying, pulling their hair out. You got people on the right, we're praying, wishing everything goes well with his family because he left a wife and 2 very young children behind. He was their breadwinner. So now what? You got people there to go around to celebrate this type of shit. Death. It's wild.
Okay, y'all got me. I found a video of Charlie Kirk spewing hate, and he was being racist towards a black woman. So I gotta share it, just like how I share everything else.
How are you? What a beautiful kid that is. What a gift.
How are you? What a beautiful kid that is. If you hate somebody, especially if you if you that much of a racist person, you will not care who's around you. You will call that person whatever name out under the sun, except for a child of God. If you really hate somebody, if you really had that much hatred or that much racism towards another person, especially somebody black, you would not, hello, how are you? What a beautiful child you have. What type of shit is that? That's the most racist thing I ever heard in my life, right?
From God.
She truly is.
I hope this doesn't get copyrighted.
Something that might have me on the fence of whether or not I go conservative or moderate is just seeing how
Look how evil Charlie Kirk is. Smiling, laughing, listening to everything she has to say.
Give it up. That is a gift from the Lord, everybody.
Give it up. That's a gift from the Lord. I remember when this video came out, by the way, the entire, debate. He goes to talk to people, but he's such an evil person. He got everybody around. Everybody got their phones out, videoing and, appreciating her being there. A sea full of white people. She is in such danger. So much danger that she needs her daughter to protect her because he's such a demonic person. Look at that. That looks like happiness to me.
That was the person y'all said that was racist and hated black people. I don't know about y'all, but you can't turn hate on or off.
That's what I'm saying.
A racist person would never call you and your family beautiful. Like, that's who y'all said hated black people. Like, I don't know, bro. Like, the more I go down this rabbit hole, the more I just get re-pissed off all over again. Cause I just get a
lot of people act
the videos
ignorant.
of folks celebrating and all of that just come back in my head. And the people who were saying, I'm celebrating because he hated black people. I'm celebrating because he was racist to us.
And it's crazy too, because if you agree with a lot of other commenters are coming out saying, a lot of people have woken up from this now. A lot of people are starting to go back to church because of what happened. A lot of people are actually taking the time to deep dive into a lot of what Charlie Kirk was talking about. If you want to stay ignorant and be in the blind to listen to some random clips that make, that you can pretty much make me sound like I'm an evil person. But if you actually take the time to deep dive in and listen, watch fully with your full attention, you're going to see that this guy was not evil whatsoever. But that's the thing with a lot of people, especially a lot of young people, a lot of older people, they don't want to watch. They don't want to take the time to watch. They got TikTok brain. 30 seconds. That's pretty much what they can do until move on.
And I come across videos like that and I'm like, huh? And I already know somebody gonna say that was just a clip. You contradicting yourself because this
I
whole
seen the
time
entire
I've
video.
been preaching full context. Don't go off clips. And I just went off of a clip of him showing love to a black woman. But the point is, you cannot turn hate in your heart for somebody or for a group that y'all say on or off. If you hate a group, you gonna stand 10 toes on that. And that man showed would have stood 10 toes on something if he actually hated something. But all of a sudden in this situation, he sees this beautiful family of this mom and kid, and he's gonna call them beautiful and gift from God. And you trying to sit here and tell me that he hated black people and trying to tell me that he was racist to black people. All right.
That's why I keep saying, a lot of black people that don't know, that want to stay ignorant, they want you to be on the same train that they are. They want to be a monolith, especially for ignorant type of shit. That's what I'm saying. You got to do research on your own. Yes, we can go out there and look at different things, but if you find that one, or Wikipedia says this, go look at other sources. Wikipedia can be manipulated by anybody. Go look at other sources. Go to his main page. See, learn, and you'll find that he wasn't as bad as, nowhere near as bad as what people are saying he is. He also sponsored underprivileged black kids to travel to DC and visit historically important sites to learn about the history and politics. Yeah, but he's so evil, right? A pastor says this, and they say Charlie paid for them to do that. A black pastor loved Charlie and shared how Charlie was loving to them. Come on now. Where's one with a lot of comments? Likes. They did the same thing to Trump. They helped fund Jesse Jackson's presidential run. Has many black friends and even dated a black woman a couple of years. Charlie was a true Christian. He hated nobody. But again, people will want you to believe that this man was evil. Sad.
I'm a lifelong Democrat, and I have spent hours out of my life the past few days watching Charlie Kirk debates. And if that pisses you off, then you especially should stay. Because when I tell you I've been absolutely consumed, not by the debates themselves or why I didn't agree with him, but it's our party that has left me feeling unsettled. And if you're a Democrat watching this, I really hope you take this not as an attack, but like from a friend who really cares. First, let's talk about the concept of mob mentality, which by definition just means being influenced by a larger group and losing your own personal judgment.
No individual thought.
And the example I want to use is that clip that was everywhere, that went viral, everybody was quoting it, where Charlie said, "I don't like the word empathy." We've probably all seen the short and the long version at this point, where he goes on to clarify that he prefers the word sympathy. Agree with them or disagree with them, doesn't matter to me. The point is, the real conversation never happened because the clip was cut in half. Why? To reinforce the idea that the right is full of these monsters who reject human feelings, right?
And what are these monsters doing? These monsters are coming together, pray, hold candlelight vigils to Charlie Kirk. They pray, going back to church, trying to have a sense of community. But, the left would have you believe otherwise.
That wasn't an accident. That omission was deliberate and strategic so that you would form an opinion about a person without using your own informed personal judgment. Does that bother you?
I just said that.
If somebody's truly evil, shouldn't the truth just be enough? Shouldn't we be trusted to come to the right conclusion all on our own? Maybe you would have come to the same conclusion, but maybe you wouldn't have. And then there's the hypocrisy, okay? If you honestly asked me how many times in the past year I've seen the left dox and unemploy a person over hateful speech, I wouldn't be able to.
Yep. You seen that, especially during Biden's era. They were doxing all types of people on the right, left and right, for 4 years. And now you're starting to see it play the other direction, and people, they're losing their shit. They're losing their minds. Oh no, Jimmy was just canceled. A lot of doctors, a lot of people, like guys that worked for the professional football organizations, they're getting fired. People, nurses, people in schools getting fired. People, regular 9-to-5 jobs getting fired. So how does it feel?
And I get it. Actions have consequences. I'm not arguing that. But the same principles apply to us. If we sound the fascism alarm, we cannot celebrate death over speech. If we advocate for gun control, we cannot celebrate gun violence. If we call for diversifying our worldview, we can't then close off conversations that are uncomfortable but that could possibly, maybe, lead to some kind of understanding. If we call the right a cult, We cannot cancel influencers who show empathy and sympathy to the wrong family. Think about it. One of the signs of a cult is pressuring members to cut off family members and friends who are outside of the group. Another is using guilt and shame to enforce conformity. Another
What Kevin Samuels back in the day, rest in peace, would call sign language. You know, shame, insult, guilt, they need to be right. So they, like, we hear this a lot from black people. Mostly for me on the internet and like even in life, even when I was younger. You know, it's always, I got most of my racism, I got it received from the black side. Oh, black man, blue eyes. Oh, you this, you or that. You be a house ninja, wouldn't you? You know, something like you a coon, you Uncle Tom. It's always the same old played out names. I'm like, y'all, like all this time, y'all still using the same playbook. That's no different than a white person if they call somebody the N-word. I'm like, that's all you got. I'm like, that's it. That's your big. I got you. That's it. It's like people are weird these days, man.
They're creating a me versus them mentality, demonizing them and creating dependence in us. I really feel like Finnick right now.
Remember who the real enemy is.
If you take nothing else from this video, I really hope it's this.
And that reference was from what's that? Damn it! I just thought of it. Hunger Games. Finnick.
It's not about Charlie Kirk. It's about us taking the time to reflect. Are we living up to our own standards and our own ideals? Are we leading with integrity, or are we just falling into a different version of the same fucking trap?
Jumping on the bandwagon. That's all we do these days. Well, a lot of people do. You know, they don't do the research. They're just quick to look for the easy out. Oh, well, my friend's over here saying this, so they got to be right. So I'm going to jump over here. Sometimes you got to go against the grain. I've done it with my family. I've done it in the military. I've done it right now. You know, it's like, I don't follow that type of stuff. I'm going to do my own thing because I don't think that's right. I looked into my research. It may not be right. It may be wrong, whatever, but that's not me. So I'm going to go this way. Y'all could be cool and do that over there. Let's see what these comments got to say. Welcome to Think Inside. You don't have to become MAGA. You don't have to become a Republican. Just use your mind. Think for yourself. That's what I was saying in the last video. You know, do your own research. Come up with your own conclusion. Don't just sit there and take somebody else's word for it. Because people lead each other astray. You should know that. Think what happened to Jesus. You know, other people have been led astray. And that's why he got, you know, crucified. Backstabbing, people being led astray, not knowing. You're everything that's right about the Democratic Party. Back when the Democratic Party was good. You are now the far right, according to the left. Individual thinking, they're going to call you the enemy. But, you know, that's what it is. But that's my thoughts. That's my opinions. Let me know your thoughts and comment down below. I love hearing what people have to say. I like people responding. I like to respond to those too. You know, let's get the conversation started. But like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. And catch you next video. Peace.